Hello and good day! In this video, I will be explaining about satire, from its definition, characteristic, and many other things. So without further ado, let's begin. Satire is a literary genre that uses irony, wit, and even sarcasm to expose humanity's vices and foibles, giving impetus or momentum to change or reform through ridicule. That makes us a critical attitude with wit and humor in a manner of writing to improve mankind and human institutions. While some writers specifically use humor to convey a serious message, there's also writers that use serious tone to persuade their audiences in various issues. The targets of satire are usually topics about humans' vice, celebrity worship, vanity, education, government, religion, sentimentality, materialism, and many other things. There are two types of satirists. The first one is the optimist, which has a trait of telling the truth with a smile, right in order to heal, cures people of their ignorance, and likes people but thinks they're rather blind and foolish. The other one is the pessimist, which has a trait of loving individual but hates mankind, and to tell the truth to wound, to punish, and to destroy. There is a few characteristics that often appear in satiric writing, which is irony, hyperbole, litotes, wit, sarcasm, ridicule, parody, and invective. An example of irony can be found in The Gift of the Magi by O. Henry. In this short story, a young poor couple struggle with what to buy each other for Christmas. The woman cuts her hair and sells it to buy a watch band for her husband. Meanwhile, the husband sells his watch face to buy combs for his wife's hair. This is an example of situational irony, since the outcome of the opposite is what both parties expect. Another one can be found in The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen. In this short story, and later the Disney adaptation, a mermaid falls in love with a prince and saves him from drowning. Desperate to be with him, the mermaid makes a deal with a sea witch to trade her voice for human legs. Though the prince is charmed by the mermaid, he doesn't realize who she really is, because she no longer has a voice. This is an example of dramatic irony where the audience has more information than the prince. Found in The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. In the first paragraph of the story, the narrator images himself being able to hear all things in heaven and in the earth, as well as many things in hell. The narrator conflates his hyperbolic imagination with reality. In A Tale of a Tub by Jonathan Swift, specifically on this following line: I am not unaware how the production of the Grub Street Brotherhood have of late years fallen under many prejudices. End quote. The narrator has used double negatives to emphasize the point that he is totally aware of it. The irony that he is aware, but he is saying as if he is unaware that he is not. In The Rape of the Lock by Alexander Pope, there is an example of wit in this following line: a well-bred lord to assault gentle belle. Oh, say what stranger causes yet unexplored could make a gentle belle reject a lord? In tasks so bold can little man engage, and in soft bosom dwells such mighty rage. Unquote. In this example, Pope brings into question whether the little man can engage the boldness of woman, in whose bosom is found great anger. Only Pope could have coined this wit. An example of sarcasm can be found in Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, specifically on the scene where Alice is asking directions to the Cheshire Cat. In that scene, Chesterton is being perfectly genuine or being sarcastic. The cat gave her answers that, while being true, are not necessarily helpful. However, they could be read as quite profound, because indeed it's true that you will get somewhere if you walk long enough. For ridicule, there's this example from J. M. Barrie's novel. The lady had jilted the schoolmaster. Whatever this explanation came from the post office, who shall say? But so long as he lived, the schoolmaster was tweeted about the lady who threw him over. So he took his revenge in two ways. He wrote and posted letters exceedingly abusive of the postmistress. An example of parody can be found in this following line of Pride and Prejudice by Graham Smith. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. As we could see, Graham Smith takes Austen's exact wording, but subverts our expectation by transposing her style onto the content of modern zombie fiction. The parody may be funny to any reader who are familiar with Pride and Prejudice. This example underscores a basic fact about parodies. Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift has this following line, for an invective. I cannot but conclude the bulk of your native to be the most pernicious race of little odious vermin that nature ever suffered to crawl upon the surface of the earth. Swift's quote above highlights the use of some fascinating and impressive invective. Well, looks like we reached the end. So thank you for watching this video and have a nice day.